This will be the second lesson on the abracadabra. We're using a name like Connie Smith. And like I said, you use the first 9 letters, so we're only using some of the letters in Smith. At the I it ends and you have your 9 letters. And you see it makes a downward triangle. And actually, if we look at the events, somewhere at around 9 years old, there was an ending in the person's life. That means people, places, or activities went out of the life. At about maybe 12, 13 years old, there could have been a partner or a romance happening, and there was some kind of a family change going on at about 12, 13 years old. At 18 years old, another partner situation, but you see that there was a lot of changes going on, and the 2 and the 5, which is 25, means learning things by experience. So there was a partner cycle at about 18. At about 22, 23 years old, there was again change, and there could have been a child or a younger person involved at about that age. All of a sudden, at about 37 years old, there was a new start and perhaps another child, but things would have related to either a younger person, a child, or a sibling. And there was an ending which could have done with property, because the 36-9 usually is property. So when you add the 3 and the 6, you get the 9 in the pyramid, and the 2 and the 3, you get the 5. So there was a lot of change here going on, and somewhere around 37 years old, there was a new start in life, and again, it could have been a young person or a child somehow in the mix, with some property or living condition changes. This gives you an example of how a life runs. And also remember the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4, 5, 6 also relates to the planets and their associated astrological signs and days of the week, as I've been teaching with astronumerology and the pinnacles and challenges. But I just want to show how to make up the chart. You put the letters on each line. The pyramids determine where the 2 letters come up into a pyramid. In the middle of the 2 letters shows the age cycle, and so forth and so on. And you can trace somebody's life that way. So in this case, there's like 11 letters, and we use 9 of 11. But I try to show you how to build the pyramid and how the changes take place. And of course, if children enter the picture at an older age, it usually means maybe one of your grandchild or whatever. Or there's a child born to the family, even if it's a sister or a brother's child. It has possibilities. But this shows you how to trace a life in accordance with the Kabbalah and the Kabbalah principles. And of course, you also use name analysis, like the 2 ends. The person's self-esteem would go up and down, and they would have a large association with either a Gemini or a September, a Virgo person, and people born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd. And they have a need to be needed, and they have to learn to give useful service. The name Smith has something to do with personal identity, because the I, the 9, the self-identity is in the middle, and that's their hang-up. And it's affected by Aries or Scorpio, and those born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th day of any month. So we combine now name analysis with the abracadabra events. But this is just a basic idea of how this was actually found in a pyramid, and it's an interesting concept. I use it because I started becoming very familiar with compound numbers. The single numbers tell you the physical changes in life, and the compound numbers, as Cairo, Count Lewis Harmon said, it shows the events and the reason the events took place behind the scenes. So the compound numbers are more about the Kabbalah, and they're also indicated on the tarot cards with the numbers at the bottom of the cards, like the 12-3 is the hangman, and the 10 on the tarot card is the Wheel of Fortune, which is the rise and fall of one's name, good or bad, depending on what somebody does. So the compound numbers are very interesting, combined with the abracadabra name analysis. All these different skills fit in and paint a picture, and that's what we're trying to do.